All right, guys, so our next case that I want to talk about is this case. It's still a cold case out of Clackamas County, specifically in the Sauvie Island area. All right, so it's February 23rd, 1970, and there's a Boy Scout troop on Sauvie Island doing their Boy Scout thing. They noticed a pile of clothes, and when they looked a little closer, they found a partially buried, fully skeletonized body. And here's a map of Oregon just to give you guys an idea. There's Portland, Vancouver, and Sauvie Island is about 20 miles northwest of Portland. Here's a little closer look too. So investigators recover the remains. They also find remnants of a black wig, is what they said. Now, there was no skull and no hands on this body. So the DNA that they were able to get from this body only showed that it was a woman. And they uploaded that DNA into the CODIS system, and there was no matches. And then in 2018, the Oregon State Police got some really cool grant where they were able to use some kind of innovative DNA technology to help figure out who this young woman was. So there's a lot of big words when it comes to DNA, but basically the Oregon State Police were able to partner up with Parabon Nanolabs, and they were able to get this innovative testing done, and that allowed them to be able to predict what their ethnicity is, their skin color, eye color, and create like a profile from that. I hope that makes sense. But this is what they came up with. They came up with this profile using this amazing technology. And at this point, it had been 50 years, but they kept trying, which I think is absolutely amazing. So, despite creating this profile and creating this image, no leads came about that. And let me read you this. In January of 2023, an individual uploaded their DNA into an open source genetic genealogy database, GEDmatch, GED match, and immediately was recognized as a potential distant family member of this individual. Through research and interviews, the genetic genealogist encouraged other family members to upload their DNA data into the GED match, and a more complete picture of heritage emerged. And then they were able to even find her sister, but they were able to figure out who she was. Her name is Sandra Young. She went by Sandy. Now, I was not able to find any additional information about any stories that the family member said about Sandy, but besides that she went missing from the Portland area, she was a high school student and went missing from 1968 to 1969, but no other information. So this is still a very, very cold case. Again, she was found at Sauvie Island, only her body, no hands, no skull was found with her remains. So there was obviously something very bad happened to her. This also shows why genealogy is so important. This one article also goes on to state that genealogy has been so successful in solving a lot of these cases, but it's also very expensive, that it can cost anywhere from $6,000 to $10,000 per case. So yeah, if you've never done one of those Ancestry.com, 23andMe, please do it, because you never know who that can connect you with. I mean, sometimes you find things you don't want to find out, but I have done it myself just because I don't know who half of my family is. I've never found a match on there, but I'm hopeful that I will someday. There's cases that have been solved after 50 years because of genealogies. Now, while this case may never be solved, I mean, it's been 50 plus years. If you know anything, if you know what happened to Sandy Young in Portland, Sauvie Island, please contact the Oregon State Police.